get the win. Obviously, we got off to a little bit of a slow start. Being off for 2 weeks, you never know how that first few minutes is going to go. But I thought after the timeout we took, I thought our defense turned up, and that was the difference in the game. Just being able to stop them from the perimeter especially was great, to hold them to single digits in 2 out of the 4 quarters. So it's nice to talk about the positivity of our defense today.
Start in the back with Brooke, please.
Coach and ladies, you both answer. Coach, what did you say in that timeout? And ladies, what did Coach say to y'all, and how did you respond? I know sometimes you hear it differently than what Coach told you.
I'll just start. I mean, I thought those first few minutes, I thought we've really focused this past, week and a half or so of really sharing and moving the ball, and I thought we were doing it. I thought we got some offensive rebounds we just couldn't finish. Missed a couple layups, got a couple really good shots. So I didn't necessarily think it was because we were flat or not doing the right thing. I just thought that they didn't fall yet. So it wasn't a question of not being ready to play. It was just we just didn't quite finish the plays off of it, and then they got a couple easy baskets and a couple offensive rebounds. But after that, I thought everything we had kind of talked about started clicking a little bit better.
Up front, Miles. Student athletes and the red team.
I'll answer.
Go ahead.
Just piggybacking off of what she said, we had a slow 5 minutes, but we also had some really good things in the first 5 minutes. So after taking what she said, we kind of huddled us, and then we said, keep up the offensive boards, we were taking great shots. There was nothing wrong with that. We played good defense. So we just try to build on top of that, building blocks, and then we came through and started swinging.
Miles.
Lonnie, when we spoke at the beginning of the season, you coined yourself as the Energizer Bunny for this team. You had 18 points, 7 rebounds, 3 3-pointers. Do you think you lived up to that title tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think I shared it with Mackie, though, of course.
You play with a lot of emotion as well. How do you think that carries over to the rest of your team, especially in situations like this?
I think just kind of being that spark within myself, it sparks off my teammates. I think Mackie played off of it well. Kale also did really good. Kara's piggybacked. I think once one of us kind of go off, I think we all follow that lead.
On the left side, Sam.
Coach, Kale Peterson played a lot of minutes today with Misha in foul trouble. What did you like from how she stepped up today?
I thought Kale responded great. I think her first few minutes she was kind of still getting her feet under her, and then that second, whether it was after the timeout, I thought defensively she had a couple nice blocks, a couple great rebounds. Just was a presence inside. Obviously she's undersized occasionally with some of her matchups, and I thought she battled really hard. I thought she was extremely coachable. I think she was disappointed in herself that a couple of her easy baskets didn't go in, but overall I thought her steadiness, when our rotation changed a little bit with Rose being out, I thought overall, despite the stats, I think the biggest key of everything was the 8 boards. That was huge for her. She had 3 assists. So we talk a lot about with this group of the small things that can help us be successful. And, obviously Lonnie and Mackie were tremendous tonight, but it's those small things that Kale brought to the table that really protected us and got us the lead as well.
Up front, David.
Mackie, what did you feel like was different defensively for you guys after that timeout? What did you feel like you guys did differently that allowed you guys to kind of get some stops and turn that into offense?
Yeah, I think we just picked up the intensity. I think that, like we said, we were getting good shots, but at the end of the day, we had to get some stops. And they were taking hard shots, but we weren't kind of affecting anything. I think that Coach Duffy mentioned that it starts from our defense, and when we went on those runs, it wasn't necessarily always our offense. It was a lot getting stops on defense and then pushing in transition. So I think that's what started it.
Let's go to Mark.
Lonnie, to follow up on that, what do you think you guys did overall defensively in the game to make it a tough shooting night for them?
I think our pressure was really good. Just kind of switching up our defense really rattled them. They're a really good defensive team, and they're also a really good offensive team. So kind of just mixing up what we were doing was throwing them off on offense.
And also for both players, Coach had mentioned the other day that sometimes you can use disappointment in life to as fuel for the coming games, or just as a chip on your shoulder. Was any of that the case with the team? I guess with the players, what was kind of the mentality tonight?
Well, Coach had been telling us all week that she had found this quote. In March, the dogs come out, and I think we used that as our motivation. We had talked about it for 2 weeks. So that was kind of our mentality going into this game: just be a dog and get the win. Yeah, by any means possible, yes.
Second row, Luke.
Coach, how does it feel to have the team play with this much energy this late in the season and really come out firing?
Yeah, I mean that's always the concern as a coach. Like when you get a lot of time in between games, we're grateful to be playing in March. I think that was our biggest thing going into these games in the WBIT. You're only guaranteed one, and then if we can make it two, we wanted to do that. So I think it was a mix with this group to get it back on the court and practice, find a balance. We had a few days off for spring break, just to have them rest their minds and their bodies. You have the opportunity to practice a few different things. But I think as players, and I remember it too well, that they want to play games, right? The practice is good. They've had over 100 practices, I'm sure. But, to be able to play in front of our crowd and play for each other, even if it means one more time, I think that's what it's all about in March. And they get to make the choice of how hard they want to come out and how they want to keep improving and adjusting and find that deeper passion. Because, again, it's been a lot of months of basketball, a lot of training, a lot of, discipline and standards and accountability. So it's nice, to be able to get one more win. And at this point, it doesn't matter if it's by 1, if it's by 20. There's no nets, there's no any of that anymore. It's just, survive and advance, as they say. So it's just really fun to watch them perform. And even like Mackie hits a 3 in the game, and the bench is about tackling each other and me. And so it's like those moments. Lonnie had, like I said, a block that, turned up the crowd. And it was just an overall just fun evening to watch them do their thing and perform. And just really looking forward to have the opportunity to come back to practice tomorrow and then obviously play on Sunday.
And either Lonnie and Mackie, shooting is contagious. Second quarter, what were you guys feeling like?
Yeah, I think we were like Coach Duffy's been saying, kind of finding each other, making the next play, moving the ball, sharing the ball, and I think, like you said, it's contagious. Making the extra pass is like, you see me all the time, I make the extra pass and I run down putting my hand up like this. It's contagious, it's fun, and I think that just leads into, like I said, better defense and then carries over into the next offensive possession.
Time for a couple more. We'll go to Brooke.
Lonnie or Mackie, I saw a lot of smiles out there, like a lot of fun. Do you guys feel like you're kind of a looser, more fluid team now that you're kind of playing with this free, like, you got one shot, you got to make it?
Yeah, it's March. This is like the most fun time of the year. I think just having the opportunity to play in March is a blessing in itself. So just taking it one game at a time and just trying to enjoy it because, you can't win them all unless you win the first one. So just trying to have fun as much as we can.
Go back up front to Miles.
Coach, we've talked about it. It's March, and there's a lot of emotion that comes along with this month. You were the first team out of the NC A&T tournament. Is there a statement that this team is trying to make here in this tournament?
I don't know. The statement's over. I think we've accepted what happened, and I said we weren't going to be the team or program that was going to complain and point fingers. It was just let's take it. We had every opportunity, through a lot of games to try and get in. I'm so proud of this group, the way we've grown and stuck together. The narrative around that has been the narrative, but for us, we were focused on, these 11 women in the locker room, giving everything we got. And the chance to play valuable games for not only our seniors but our young players who are in some of these situations for the first time is awesome. And that's been our messaging, to show up the same day and practice just as hard. And if you hit a little bump in the road, figure out how to recover, talk to your teammates, talk to your coaches, and let's go as long as we can. I think you can say you want to win this tournament, but at the end of the day, it's a couple days of prep, and then you got to perform. And that's what the next steps will be. Coaches will get to work after we see who wins this game tonight and stay up all night. We tease them. We're like, you guys go to sleep, you guys get your rest, keep studying, and we'll figure out the scout, and then we'll all come together and figure it out for at least 3 more days. And that's our biggest focus right now. And we want to have fun with this because, again, if you start thinking the other way, it's not going to be as cool of an experience.
Last two, we'll do Martin and finish with Sam.
Mac, what did you notice this week about how the team was able to bounce back from Selection Sunday to be kind of motivated and have a good attitude about playing in this tournament?
Yeah, I think that Selection Sunday kind of motivated us. I think at the end of the day, like Lonnie said, it's March. Not a lot of teams don't get to play in March, so whether it's the NCAA tournament or the WBIT, we're just excited. Obviously, we had a lot of days of not really having a scout, not sure who we're going to play. So as soon as our coaches presented it to us, we were ready to go and attack it.
Coach, is Matilda okay? Just a bloody nose, or?
Yeah, and I think at the point when we were up, we just kind of decided to, keep her out and get her ready for the next one. But yeah, she's doing fine.
And who did you get the dog? Was that your quote about the dogs, or who did you get that
We
from?
were just talking about, there's been it's kind of cool with March Madness. There's all these different sound bites of players wanting to play their best basketball. And one practice I go, did you guys see that? Like, it's about being a dog in March. And so we just say silly things sometimes, trying to get fired up and excited to play.
All right, thank you, ladies.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
See you back.